Good. Oh, that's the wrong one. Good morning, Illumineers, and welcome back. I am LCP, and we are back again trying to take down Jafar. This time we are on hard, and hard mode states that Jafar's locations gain resist 1, and he begins with Ink Mote in play. So Inkmote, if I were to take it down in one shot, needs 6 damage to go down. So let's see how we do. And 7. That's good, that's good. I'm gonna put that back, and I will do that. Alright, Jafar's turn. Jafar will gain 2 lore, and then draw 2 cards. Revealing the first one, going directly into the inkwell because he cannot play it. Doing the second one, it is a mechanical snake, which he can play. He already has the crown, so that will be it for his turn. I will go to my turn, and then I will start by inking an Emily Quackfaster and playing a Flynn Rider. Passing back to Jafar. He will he will gain 2 lore off of the crown. He will then resolve his row and gain 2 lore off of the mechanical snake up to 6, and then draw 2 cards. The first one being a destructive misstep, which he cannot play, so it goes directly into his inkwell. That hurts. And the second one is a treasure guardian, which he can play, and I can no longer use battleground abilities, which hurts. So back to my turn. So I will ready, set, and draw. I'm going to ink a Sail the Azurite Sea, and I will play 2 to play Hideaway to put the ink mote directly into his inkwell so that I can very sneakily steal that crown very, very, very fast and get that over with. And that is it for me. It will go to Jafar. He readies, he sets, he resolves, he quests for 1 to 7, and then he will draw 2. And with 3 ink, he will play the Palace Guard and steal the crown back. Because what else would Jafar do except take it right when I get it back? And then he will also play an Aladdin, which is an evasive 4/2. And we'll go to my turn. Ready, set, nothing happens. I will ink Emily Quackfaster and pay 3 for Kristoff. And then no location in play. I'm going to take the crown back. Because the longer I have the crown, the better. Whew. Passing it on over to Jafar. He will ready. He sets. Nothing happens. He resolves. He will gain 3 lore up to 10. And he will then draw 2. First one being, oh no, it's a Cobra Pit! When he plays this, he deals 1 damage to each opposing character. Hey, we're good. We're beefy. Each take 1. Oop. But he now has a location with resist 1, and it has a lot of willpower and a passive lore. And then he plays another Aladdin. He's just swarming the board, guys. Swarming the board. But being that's all he can do, it will go back to me. And I will ready. I will set. I will gain 2 lore off of the crown, which feels good. And I will draw. We're going to start by boosting both of them for a total of 3 ink. And then questing for a total of 4, netting me another ink off of Kristoff and putting me at 6 lore. And then I will pass to Jafar. Jafar will ready. He sets. He gains a lore off of the Cobra Pit up to 11. He then resolves his row and will quest with all 4 of these for a total of 4 up to 15. And then he will draw 2. Not playing an Iago, he goes directly into the Inkwell. That was actually quite wonderful. But then, oh, he can't play that either. Goes directly into his Inkwell. Oh, that feels good. Whew. All right, we actually have a chance, chat. We're gonna ready. We're gonna gain 2 lore on the set, up to 8 for the crown. We're gonna draw. We're just gonna pay 4 for Launchpad to get rid of this location because it does not have ward and I don't want to deal with it. And then I will quest for another 4 up to 12, netting me another ink. And I will pass back to Jafar. Jafar will ready his glimmers. He sets. He will do nothing. He resolves his row by questing these 4, going up to 19, just off of the extra draw. But he draws 2, and he has 5 ink. So he will play a Razul, which has a 4/4 bodyguard questing for 1, and he comes into play exerted. And the next one is a mechanical snake. No, he steals the crown back. Oh no. Okay. All right. But that is all he can do. So pass back to me. I will ready everything. I will set. Unfortunately, I do not gain the lore, but I will draw. It's my turn to flood the board. 1, 2, 3, and 4 for 2 Cursed Merfolk and a Scrooge McDuck trigger. And then, yeah, because there's Bodyguard, nothing is saying I can't take the crown back. I'm going to take the crown. Launchpad. I'm going to quest for 4. Go to 16. And then that gains me a lore, or an ink, sorry, off of Kristoff. And I'm going to pay 1 to play Water Has Memory on Jafar. So look at the top 4 cards of his deck. I put 1 back on top and the rest on the bottom. So the mechanical stake is definitely going on the bottom. You cannot have that back. Each Illumineer chooses and banishes 1 of their items or locations. That can actually stay right on top because I don't want him to have the Metal Scorpion. And I don't want him to have this location. So all 3 of those are going to go on the bottom. And then Disastrous Sandstorm, because it doesn't affect me, goes right on top. So that is my turn. But now I'll go over to Jafar. He will ready. sets. Nothing happens. He resolves his row. He will gain 2 lore off of the snake up to 21, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 26, gaining him an extra draw for 3. 1, 2, 3. He has 5 ink still. The first one is a Gargantuan Cobra, which he cannot play, so it goes right into the ink. Gives him 6. Next one is Arcane Quake. Oh no, nothing can ready. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, that's okay, because you want to know what this card is? The card that we put right on top, which means nothing happens. And it comes back to my turn. I get to ready my ink. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ink. I will get to set, which means I gain 2 lore up to 18. And then I get to draw. I'm going to ink the Prince Philip. I'm going to pay 7 for Peter Pan, which means that's the key. That's the key right there. Jafar can no longer gain lore. Thanks, Peter Pan. We're going to pass back over to Jafar because he kind of screwed that turn over for me. So he's going to ready. He sets. Nothing happens. He resolves his row. He quests. Nothing happens because of Peter Pan. But he will still draw 3. So with 6 lore, or sorry, 6 ink, he does get to play an Abu. And then, oh no! Cataclysmic Cyclone. Each Illumineer chooses one of their characters, items, or locations, and then he banishes all other opposing characters, items, and locations. Obviously, it's going to be Peter Pan. He is the key to this deck working. So unfortunately, everything else gets to go bye-bye. Sail was boosted. 2 sails were boosted. That's totally fine by me. But we get to keep Peter Pan. So that's fine. And then Jafar's last card is Treasure Guardian, which is fine. Because if that's all he can do, it's going to pass to my turn. I'm going to ready. I'm going to set. I'm going to gain 2 lore off of the crown. And I'm going to win with 20 lore and the crown. That's hard mode, ladies and gentlemen. That is hard mode, Illumineers. We only have 1 more to go. Cell 5. That's a wrap for tonight. Thank you all for joining me. Do stay tuned for the next round on